The Democratic Republic of Congo is rich in natural resources, with some of the world's most valuable minerals beneath its soil. But as the mining industry expands, the environmental impact has raised serious concerns. In this video, we'll dive into the delicate balance between mining and environmental preservation in Congo, exploring the challenges, the consequences, and the efforts to create a more sustainable future for both the people and the planet. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more insightful content on the global impact of mining and environmental issues. Let's get started. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, is one of the most resource-rich countries in the world, with abundant deposits of minerals such as cobalt, copper, diamonds, and gold. Mining has played a crucial role in the country's economy, contributing significantly to its GDP and creating millions of jobs. This dynamic poses significant challenges for the country and its people. 5. The environmental costs of mining in Congo. Mining activities in Congo, particularly in the artisanal and small-scale sectors, have led to severe environmental damage. Large-scale mining operations, as well as informal mining practices, often lack environmental safeguards, leading to soil erosion, deforestation, and water pollution. For instance, open-pit mining methods, which are commonly used in extracting copper, cobalt, and other minerals, involve removing large areas of vegetation and topsoil. This destruction of the forest not only displaces local wildlife, but also contributes to the loss of biodiversity in the region. Additionally, chemicals such as cyanide and mercury are used in some mining processes, which can seep into rivers and groundwater, contaminating water sources for local communities. The pollution from mining also harms fish populations and agricultural activities, exacerbating food security problems in the region. 4. The impact on biodiversity. Congo is home to some of the world's most diverse ecosystems, including vast rainforests, wetlands, and savannas. These areas are crucial for global biodiversity, providing habitats for numerous endangered species, such as the eastern lowland gorilla, bonobos, and forest elephants. Mining activities, particularly in remote regions, have led to the destruction of these ecosystems, contributing to the loss of biodiversity. The extensive logging required for mining infrastructure, such as roads and mining camps, further depletes the forests, displacing wildlife and disrupting fragile ecosystems. Many of these mining activities take place in or near protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife reserves, further threatening the survival of endangered species. 3. The role of artisanal mining. A large portion of Congo's mining activity is carried out by artisanal miners, often in informal, unregulated, and hazardous conditions. Artisanal mining, while providing livelihood for millions, can have a particularly devastating environmental impact. Miners use basic tools and primitive methods, resulting in inefficient extraction and a lack of consideration for environmental impacts. The deforestation caused by artisanal mining is particularly severe, as miners clear forests to make space for their operations. Additionally, many miners do not have access to environmentally friendly practices, and the use of mercury and cyanide in gold mining leads to contamination of nearby water sources. Despite the hardships, artisanal miners often do not have the knowledge or resources to implement sustainable practices, which exacerbates the long-term damage to the environment. 2. The economic dependence on mining. Mining in the DRC is not only a vital economic sector, but also a primary source of income for millions of people. The country is the world's largest producer of cobalt, a mineral that is critical for the production of batteries used in smartphones, electric vehicles, and renewable energy storage. This global demand for minerals has driven the economic growth of the country. However, the overwhelming dependence on mining also has a downside. Much of the wealth generated from mining does not trickle down to the general population, contributing to inequality and poverty. The failure to regulate the mining sector and protect the environment only perpetuates this cycle. as the long-term costs of environmental degradation can outweigh the short-term financial gains. Additionally, the economic reliance on mining has led to conflict over resources. The Congo's mineral wealth has fueled armed groups and militias, particularly in regions like the eastern DRC, where cobalt and coltan mining has contributed to prolonged violence and instability. This not only worsens human rights violations, but also intensifies environmental degradation, as armed groups take control of mining operations and exploit natural resources without concern for long-term sustainability. 1. Efforts to strike a balance. In response to the environmental challenges, there have been efforts to promote more sustainable mining practices in the DRC. International organizations and environmental NGOs have worked alongside the Congolese government and mining companies to implement sustainable mining policies and environmental regulations. Initiatives such as the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, EITI, aim to increase transparency in the mining sector and reduce corruption, ensuring that revenues are used for development purposes. Furthermore, efforts have been made to incorporate community-based and eco-friendly mining practices, such as the introduction of alternative techniques to reduce the environmental impact of extraction processes. However, the challenges remain. The government's ability to enforce regulations in a sector as large and unregulated as mining is limited by corruption, political instability, and a lack of resources. In many cases, mining companies do not follow proper environmental protocols, and environmental oversight remains weak. The DRC's mining sector is also subject to global market pressures, which often prioritize short-term profits over long-term sustainability. International demand for minerals like cobalt, copper, and coltan means that mining operations are likely to continue expanding without sufficient attention to environmental concerns. The delicate balance between mining and environmental sustainability in Congo is one that requires careful management and collaboration. While the country's mineral wealth provides substantial economic opportunities, the environmental damage caused by mining threatens both the local communities and the global ecosystem. Only through such efforts can Congo move toward a more equitable and sustainable future, where both people and nature can thrive together. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thanks for watching.